rise with me, get fly with me, stay lit with me, take a trip with me, flow with me, grow with me, dream with me, vibe with this frequency. Hey y'all, this is Rayborn the Witch coming at you live from Inspiration 215, and I'm here today to give my air signs a full moon in Leo reading on the January 26, 2021. But if you find this message wherever you are and whenever you are, this message is for you. But this is a collective message, but it specifically might be geared towards my air sign energy. So that is my Aquarius, my Gemini, and my Libras of the zodiac, right? So we're also in Aquarius season, so some Aquarius like major themes might come up for us. We're about to go into a Mercury retrograde in Aquarius at the end of this month. The Leo full moon is tomorrow. I'm filming it the day before, so we are right almost at the antithesis of the full moon, which is all about authenticity and expression and the ways that we want to kind of birth ourselves into the next phase, into the next chapter of our lives. So this full moon energy is always coming full circle. So we don't really manifest on the full moon. We really kind of like take stock of what we have healed from and what we still need to fix in terms of our cycles, of our awareness and deeper understanding and intuition. The full moon shines a light on our subconscious, so thinking about our dreams that we're having, and we are probably getting a lot of wild dreams because we are in this airy energy and lots of air sign energy around us. So I have a moon in Leo and a rising in Leo, but I am a Cancer sun. All of my information is linked in the description box below, how you can reach me, how you can get in touch with me, how you can follow me on Instagram. I love my Instagram family, so come follow me there for more interactions and more daily guidance and spirit messages. I usually post on there, try to post once a day, but sometimes it gets the day gets the best of me. But I really just post when I'm called to post. So on this channel, we're going to get more like inner healing messages, not necessarily love messages, although I do sometimes do love messages. I do like Mercury retrograde readings. I do love messages about loving yourself and how that reflects to others. And I also do a lot of just like deeper gaining wisdom and tapping into your creative energy messages. I'm going to be using 3 different decks today to tap into my air sign energy. The first deck I'm going to be using is the Wild Unknown Tarot deck, and this is by Kim Kranz, and this is going to give us a collective animal spirit message to work with during this time. So an animal message for my air signs, for my Gemini, my Libra, and my Aquarians of the zodiac. Let's get an animal that we're working with, and 2 just wanted to shoot out, and sometimes when that happens when I bridge it, but this is 3, so I'm going to take them and I'm going to put them back because I want to get the right one here. If it was only 2, I take it. If it's like more than 2, I usually put it back in the deck. So let's get it. If it wants to come out again, it will. So let's get our message to guide the reading with today. Oh, I love it so much. We get a water sign, but we get the whale. And this is about tapping into your subconscious and really diving deep into your emotional energy and emotional body of things, and the waves and currents that you really can be sensitive to. The whale is just like such a docile creature, and it's so immense and so powerful. And I love this image of like the whale kind of like breaking to the surface to get that breath of air, right? And really like spouting out of their blowhole, like right, this mist that's kind of raining down on us. And it is snowing in some places in this country and other parts of the world, but thinking about the whale and like what the whale brings in terms of this healing energy. They are so ancient and they have so much wisdom to share with us, and there's this maternal energy about the whale, right? There's like this inner remothering that we're doing right now and really tapping into that healing energy. So that's our message of the animal spirit, the animal spirits to guide us. I love that message for us all. And also thinking about whale songs, right? And thinking about how your songs and your vibration carries through the water and through the ethers, right? Think about how your frequency is able to carry and how that water is able to receive it. So taking your baths during this full moon is super important for my air signs. And also singing your song, your whale song, right? So thinking about that message is super important. I have a North Node in Gemini, so that is like your purpose, your path, your direction. And Geminis are all about like communication and partnership and this higher divine connections with others, and friendship and camaraderie, right? So I think about like those kinds of energies. When we think about the Aquarius energy that we're really under right now, it's, the opposite of that is the Leo, and the Leo is kind of like the same vibrational frequency as an Aquarius, but they're kind of opposite sides of the same coin. Aquarius is very detached, the Leos are very attached. So thinking about your relationship to those things as well. So now we're going to get a Divine Feather Messenger for my air signs. I love this deck. I just got it. It's so beautiful. I have another reader that I follow that I love so much, and she is a Gemini. She usually gives collective Gemini readings. I will link her information in the description box below. Her name is Jess, but she goes the Moody Tarot, and she gives like such good messages, and I actually am using some of the decks that she uses on her channel because they really inspired me as well. So we're going to get a feather message for the air sign collective here. Let's get a feather message. That one wanted to pop out, but oh, there it is. Woo! This is a starling, my little stars of the zodiac here. And look at that beautiful feather. That's just like all the colors right there. The heart, the throat chakra color, right? And it says now is the time to get out into the world and connect with you in authentic ways. I love that. So really tapping into your authenticity and the ways that you express yourself and your voice and your true power to the world, right? And finding your voice is also about being authentic to self. And oftentimes, a lot of air signs don't really have a problem with kind of like being authentic. I think a lot of times, like my dad's an Aquarius and he's very much like, he keeps it real, right? Geminis usually keep it real. They have the gift of gab. And then we've got our Libras that are really like, they'll give it to you straight as well, because they're all about that justice and that truth, and they don't want to cut any corners. They want to just give it to you raw a little bit, right? So I love my air sign energy. So let us move into the Color Mage Oracle by Bernard Charles. His stuff will be linked in the description box below as well, so you can follow him and get this beautiful deck. It's all colors. It's all color therapy messages. And there's just so many cool messages in this deck, and I really connect with it. It's got like the little honeycombs on the outside, so it's like speaks to my beloved soul. So right now we're going to do a Celtic cross for our air signs. I'm getting really giddy. I feel very like whoo, but it is Aquarius season. So even if we're going into a Mercury retrograde in Aquarius, it's still about like going back to the past things that we really connected with and that brought us a lot of joy and a lot of healing. And those are the things that come about in Mercury retrograde, as well as those exes and those people that we don't want to really kind of interact with, but and also old habits that we want to kind of do away with. So thinking about Mercury in retrograde in Aquarius is all about how we're going to serve the community in the greater collective way. The Aquarians are the humanitarians of the zodiac, so how are we going to check our privilege and heal some aspects of our associations with others in order to be the light that we need to be for others as well. So let us get the present moment energy for my air signs, the present moment energy for my Libra, my Aquarius, and my Gemini. I wanted to fly right out there. And this is Mint 34, which is a 7, which is the 7 chakras, right? And Mint is the heart chakra, and this is decisive action. Just getting clear on things, just making the decision and sticking with it instead of kind of flying around in our minds about it. And the air signs do have a little bit of problem with making decisions. So I'm no alti, no shade, right? Like I know that I can make decisions pretty easily, but I do know that a lot of air signs need to do a lot of thinking before they make a decision. But sometimes we just need to make some decisive action, and Mint is also about bringing clarity to that. So like having peppermint oil to really like open your mind up to it, open your third eye up to those decisions, and really like see it from a higher perspective. That's what I'm getting from that one. So you might have some decisions to make in the near future that are for your highest good and your highest purpose. And in this airy energy, we might be kind of like feeling like we're like lost in that. So just make the decision that feels best in your heart, right? Do it from the heart. The present influence and the blocked chakra energy is also this darker green, right? So like unclouding our heart, and it's dragon energy, which I love, dragon energy. And this is power and legacy. So you are making decisions about your legacy. So you are really kind of trying to come into terms with your heart and what your heart wants you to do in regards to a major decision that you need to make in your life. And you need to do it from a place of your heart, because air signs like to use their head a lot. So why don't we just tap into that energy of the heart to really help us make those decisions? That's where the decisions really will come from or resonate deeper with us, right? And if it's in regards to our power and what we're powerful in the ways that we express ourselves and the ways that we breathe fire, we spit hot fire, right? That's what we're going to be focusing on, because that is what brings the legacy. That's what imprints the legacy within us, the words that we speak, the way that we speak, and the way that we can kind of do away with the past. And sometimes scorching the past, you know, with this Leo full moon energy, maybe lighting some candles and burning some shit, right? That's what I always like to do, especially if Leo is involved, right? So the next card we're going to get is a color to improve your mind. A color to improve your mind for my air signs, for my Aquarius, my Gemini, and my Libras. Color to improve your mind at this moment in time, so you can make those clear decisions from the heart. Ooh. And we get indigo. If that's not a crown chakra color, I don't know what is. And it says clairvoyance. So clairvoyance is really about, like, you are the indigo child, right? So if you are feeling like you are that star seed that needs to like make this major decision of building your legacy, you tapping into that crown chakra energy and coming from a clear, concise place. Clairvoyance often comes in dreams and often comes when you are like in a meditative stance. So calming your mind and allowing those messages to rise to the surface is very much so needed. And wearing that color kind of brings in that energy. I love color magic. So we got some green and we got some purple. So I don't want you guys out here looking like Barney, but you might need to clean up everybody everywhere, right? Or stop doing that. So the next, I used to watch Barney with, because I was, you know, an older sister of a bunch of younger siblings. So, okay, so the next color that we're going to get is a color for the future. Oh, yes. And we have Sekhmet, and this is a warrior spirit. And this is Sekhmet I got last week a lot. And Sekhmet is a cat, Egyptian cat goddess, and she is this like this is the sacral chakra, right? So like this creative passion and purpose, and she's all about the inner knowing. She just knows what's up, right? And we have this feline instinct around us to really kind of cut through the bullshit. This warrior spirit is like about, like, you know, she is this like ancient warrior goddess, and she's got a cat head. So we've got this like Leo full moon energy right now. So this is definitely something that you should look into a little bit more and get some like more history about or the mythology about Sekhmet. But she is ancient energy, and she's here to guide you and your feline instincts, right? So really utilizing your cat-like instincts to make some clear-cut decisions for yourself, tapping into that clairvoyant energy. You already see what you need to see. Cats can see in the dark as well. So really, like, you know, going into that darkness and that dream space is really going to help you make those good decisions that resonate deeply within your heart. So the next color is a color to ground you deeper. So if you need some help with kind of getting that clairvoyant energy and calming your mind, let's get some air sign energy that is going to ground us deeper. Ooh, and we got red Merlot, and this is relationships. And this is a 2. So maybe you are making decision about relationships and your relationships with other people, a relationship with self. And we've got red Merlot. Maybe you're just like sitting there drinking your wine on your own and really kind of like going back into what you know to be true. Try not to fly off at the handle a little bit though. Like try not to drink a little bit the bottle, drink a glass, right? But this is this 2 energy. So this is partnerships with other people, and really like thinking about those partnerships that are going to bring you the legacy that you want to build versus the ones that are going to potentially, like, you know, throw you off your path, right? So really resonating with what's in your heart, not overthinking things, because sometimes we like to overthink and overanalyze, and analysis paralysis does exist. So maybe calming your mind a little bit with some wine. I don't know. I don't drink that much, but I definitely love me some red wine. So let us move forward with that. So we're gonna go, and this is also root chakra, so it just kind of like helps you kind of calm yourself down, right? Calm your nerves a little bit. If you don't drink, if you're not a drinker, then maybe doing something that brings you to that like heavier state, so you feel just like weighted to the ground instead of like up in the air, up in the clouds, right? So the next energy that we are getting is we're relearning lessons. So what lessons are my air signs relearning at this point in time? What lessons are we relearning? And we have mauve. I like to mauve it. We have a 68 on the table, and this is emotional flexibility, and that is the lesson that we are relearning right now. And this is also some crown chakra energy. So sometimes we can get stuck in our ways and really kind of like want to make a decision from a place of over analyzing it and knowing like this is what the decision is. The totem phrase for Aquarius is I know. Like, so stop being a know-it-all about it. Have some emotional flexibility with yourself, and knowing that you might be making the decision from past hurts and past traumas and past experiences, but you know, whatever's coming into your life right now might be coming from a higher vibration, and we're still kind of like accessing our old vibrational patterns right now. So how can we be a little bit more flexible with ourselves so that we don't have to be stuck in this perfection energy, and we can allow our thoughts and ideas to come into us so that we can see it from different places within our body, not just from the mind. So the next card is a color to show our hidden emotions. So let's see what air signs' hidden emotions are at this current moment in time. Things that we might be ruminating on, things that we might be thinking about or need to be thinking about a little bit more. And we get the card that I got today. Oop, let's pull this back. So the card that I got today, which is 66, which is lavender, me, myself, and I, right? So really tapping into self, not thinking about the other person. Think about what is best for you. Think about how you love yourself and how you honor yourself, into the relationships that you are building right now honor you the way that you honor yourself. And if they don't, then it's time to do some evaluation about how that vibration is still attracted to you or attached to you. And I also just, I put this on my stories today because I got this card, and that's why I'm wearing this color. But really thinking about what you are, like, who are you to yourself? Are you your own best friend? Are you there to support yourself, and or do you need to kind of do some like inner work a little bit more, or tap into self a little bit more instead of constantly giving to others, instead of in order to avoid what you need to work on within self? And you could do so in a gentle way. Lavender is calm energy. It's a calm, beautiful, cleansing herb. So using lavender to cleanse yourself and cleanse your spirit and cleanse your space is also something that you can do. You can burn lavender just as much as you can burn sage, right? So burning lavender instead in order to cleanse and heal is so good. It's so important. So I love that as a place that's the hidden emotions is like you're really focused on self, but in doing so you're able to see the things that you want to kind of be a little bit more flexible with yourself on from this emotional flexibility standpoint, and that's also that crown chakra energy. So the next card is your color for relationships and people. So let's get some color for your relationships and people right now, and that one wanted to come out of the deck, and that one's focus. And that says guidance and direction. So thinking about the relationships that provide you with guidance and direction and help you tap into your inner fire. This color is like, so there's like this concrete energy to this color right here, but this is really about like, the things that help you focus and help your mind focus on better opportunities instead of the past, and maybe getting away from self a little bit and getting out of your body a little bit and getting out of your head a little bit is also something that's indicated here. So maybe you need to focus on something that is pulling you out of those spaces that you continuously trap yourselves in. So the next card is support color for your desires, and this is a ruby rose, loving your soul path, and this is a number 4. So this is like building that structure, that solid foundation to stand on, using the 4 elements to help you, to ground you, right? This ruby rose energy is like, so rubies are the birthstone of Cancer. So maybe you have a Cancer in your life that you're thinking about. This rose energy is all about self-love, and so like you're on this path right now, and you need to stay grounded and rooted to that path and not be diverted by anything or things that want to kind of maybe manipulate or redirect your focus. Like, you know, what you're supposed to be focused on is self, but from a place of not being like overly like, you know, self-involved, but from a place of like honoring and healing yourself. So this is about like really kind of bring some roses into your life. You know what you need to do if you don't have a lover for Valentine's Day is you need to buy yourself some flowers. I buy myself flowers all the time. I buy myself and my goddesses flowers, but nobody needs to buy you flowers to make you feel special. Buy yourself some flowers to make you feel special. And really like bring that rose energy into your life, because you're thinking about like the rose petals is like coming in and like falling off. Is like, you know, once it's like done, it's done, it's gonna fall to the ground, and you can collect those rose petals and you can use it in a bath, right? It's like this regenerating like flower that allows you to heal and allows you to use it and repurpose it in so many different ways. So the next and the last card for us is working with what chakra. So what chakra do my air signs need to work with at this current moment in time? So what chakra do my air signs need to work with at this current moment in time? Let's get it. You guys are being stubborn now. Okay. And we have another root chakra. So we need to get grounded. And this is Taifa, earth energy, tapping into your earth energy. I don't have a lot of earth in my chart, but I do know that getting into nature is so important right now for everybody in whatever capacity that you can in order to ground yourself. So tapping into that earthy energy, tapping into the Capricornian kind of energy that just left us. But yeah, I think this earth energy is super important for a lot of people to ground and to really like just deepen yourself into yourself, right? Deepen into your soul, right? So that you can really see that you are on a path and your path has purpose, and it's going to build a legacy that you want for generations to come. Okay, air signs, have a wonderful full moon.